Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing today? So it's a beautiful day here. I hope you're having a great day too. And today we got some things to talk about, some really cool stuff, and I think you're really gonna like it. Some things that I've been doing in my business that may work for you, and I know it'll work for you. It's all in if you want to do the work to make this work. And it's pretty easy, and once it's set up, guys. So stay tuned. I'm going to teach you how to sell products without promoting them. You see people out there, throwing links around on Facebook. I do a lot of marketing on Facebook, so it's crazy how many people really do not know how to market on Facebook. They just think that if they put a link out there, somebody will find it. And that's not always the case, guys, because here's the deal. You put a link on. Did you look at anything? The next guy puts a link on. Did they look at anything? You know what I'm talking about? I bet you do, because you're just going to the next group so you can put your link on there, and then you're going to the next one and the next one, and so is everybody else. Now, there's probably 5% that actually look at it and, see if there's anything there worth anything. So the way to do that is through value. I put valuable videos up there, and I do send them to a link, but they're getting a tip first. They're not just, hey, join me. So that's not really the subject today, but, I just figured I'd throw that in. Also, before we get started too far here, I would like to tell you, if you're on YouTube right now, there's a link below that you can come to a special app on Facebook, and you can actually see some things that maybe I'm talking about, buttons or links or something. There's stuff that I put below that I use personally that, you can use for yourself. And, a lot of times it's free stuff. Hey, there's a $20 bill down there. All you got to do is find it. And my group's down there. If you want to see one of our other hangouts, I put them all in the file section. Join the group there, and you can see all the videos. Or you could go all the way to the bottom and subscribe to my video channel and catch them all there. So go ahead and hit the link below. Now, if you're, let's say this stays up for a week, and what's today is 5/21, so this will stay up to 5/28. If you're after that time, you can still go to that page. It may be a different video, though. You might have to watch the video on YouTube and then go to the page and see if if there's anything interesting there for you. So I want to also appreciate all of you from Facebook, my email. Last week we didn't have a hangout because my dad was in the hospital and I had to run down there. And he's doing okay, but he's 85, and he's I don't know if he's to that point where he's kind of given up. And I'm going to send you a message here, and it's really nothing really to, criticize my dad, but he gave up a long time ago. See, me and my dad, we have this back problem where we're always in pain. Now, I don't know if it's genetic or if it was just fate, but we both kind of have the same back problem. And he gave in years ago. When I was a kid, really, he would come home, drag himself into bed, and that was basically it for the night. He was down and out, and I felt his pain. I've been there, and I went through a tragedy when I was in my 30s, and I was reaching for a piece of paper and my back clicked out. And, I've always had this problem. So it was only, to me, it was like, I'm thinking, wow, it's going to be a couple of days. I need to relax, go home, relax on the floor. And it ended up being 3 weeks. And in those 3 weeks, back in those days, I was negative and I was worried and I was thinking I wasn't going to be able to walk again. So I was following down the same path as my dad in, basically the end, because 20 years later, I'm in the same shape as him. I'm not really going to bed, but, I'm sitting in a chair basically, and I didn't want to go down that path. So luckily, what happened here is I got into this internet business. I've always been in business all my life, in my 20s, all the way up. I've always been in some kind of offline business, but I didn't ever do anything with the online. And the reason I got online is because of my back. I didn't want to go out and work hard. So I figured, well, I'm going to start a business online. And it took me about a year. And then I met a guy, and he kind of mentored me. And he told us we needed to read and we needed to listen to some positive stuff, which really, really, really helped my attitude about everything in life. Because before, I really didn't like life. I hated life. And there is a lot of people out there that do. I've seen people die here in the last few years, family members, and they basically couldn't wait to die, basically. They did everything to their bodies that, smoking, let's say. I smoked when I was a kid, and luckily I was smart enough to marry my wife, and she kind of got sick and decided to quit. So I decided to quit so she didn't have to, smell my smoke. But, that is something that was really hard. It was hard to do, to quit smoking. I smoked for about 10 years. I really liked it. I don't know why, but I did. And, nowadays, just think about this. You're paying to put toxins into your body. That's kind of weird. After I thought about that, I was like, that's really weird that you're going to pay to put toxins into your body and get addicted. And drugs are the same way. So anyway, I quit that. And, if you really want to quit, you really have to want to quit. And the way I did it is I went to sleep every night. I could make it all the way through dinner, through the day and through dinner. But after dinner, I wanted a cigarette. So I just went to bed for about a week or two. I can't even remember. It's been years and years and years. So thank God I have quit that, and I don't have to deal with that. But, people give up. Maybe you're out there and you're struggling in your business and you're giving up. Like I did the same thing. About a year ago, actually it's been 2 years now, I got into something, and to tell you the truth, I said to myself, I says, if this doesn't work, I'm done with this. I've been spending a lot of money, and it just wasn't working. Back it was about 4 years ago, people would give me little itty bitty pieces, and you had to buy it. It was like a little course they made. They'd give you a little amount of information, but it wasn't enough to really do much. So you had to buy the next thing to get the more information. And it was like a thing that it was a revolving circle. And I got sick of it. I said, this, not, I'm paying for this stuff and it doesn't work. and it never gives me the everything. Well, sometimes you have to get some of it. A lot of it probably was I was very inexperienced at that time. And really, in this business, if you want to be in business and make money online, you really got to learn. And that was one of my problems. I'm not a reader. I am a person that I can look at something and put it together type. I'm visual. So if you want to do something in life, it takes you to do it. You're the first person that has to make up your mind to do it. Um, it really, really, really depends on you. And guys, life is short. If you find something that you really are passionate and really like, life will fly by. Christmases will come, weeks go by, days go by. Every time, see, my wife, she likes to teach kids. So she goes to school and teaches kids. Well, my day goes like that. I'm like, you're home already? Holy cow. So, if you find something that you really like, time will fly and you'll love life. If you don't, you're going to be miserable and time will go so slow. I remember I was working other jobs, my early years. I'd work a job and it seemed like I just was looking at the clock and it never moved, ever. Those days, maybe you've been there, never moved. So, when you enjoy something in life, time goes. Think about anything, your weekends, if you're still working a hard job. Think about your weekends. How fast do they go? Because you enjoy them. So if you're not doing something you don't want to enjoy, life is going to drag. But these people, they live to die. It amazes me, how they do that. So anyway, with my problem, I was telling you about my back, and I read this book. And see, with the back problem, I had anxiety problems. It runs in the family, I guess, because about 3 or 4 of us in a family all have pretty intensive anxiety problems. And with this back thing, and that's when mine started, when my back went out, and then I laid there for 3 weeks. But I spent another 20 years not really doing a whole lot. I mean, I didn't go very far from the house because I was always worried about what was going to happen to my back, or if I was going to get stuck somewhere or whatever. So after the 20 years, I started this business, and guys, I read this book, and I don't know if it was fate or what, but it fixed me. And I really, man, I'm so grateful for my mentor for giving me this book. But it was like the first book he gave us. And guys, it really fixed me. In 4 months, I live in Florida here. In 4 months, I took a trip to Hawaii. So that's a 12-hour trip. Now think about it. Bad back, airplane sitting for 12 hours. I thought I was gonna. My wife thought, "Oh my God, you're crazy," because she knows how she's been with me for 20 some years. She says, "You sure you want to do this?" And I kept on. It was a business trip. I kept on telling her. I says, "Yes, I want to do this. I'm ready." Because she didn't know I was really working on myself, and I was figuring things out. Because we'd go out to eat, and I'd be a wreck the whole time. Sometimes it would be the dishes thing, and sometimes it would just drive in there. It really depended on what time of the day and everything. So she knew how I was, and then she noticed when I went and when I came back, that things were changing with me. And sometimes that's what you have to do. And it's funny how life will, change you in a different direction really quick. Sometimes somebody could die, and you are thinking about their life, and you change your life. So, guys, life is short. If you want to do this business and you want to be successful, that's what you got to work on. You got to work on yourself. You got to work on being great, for yourself, for your family, but you have to work on it. It's really up to you. You came into this life yourself. You have to work yourself, and you die yourself. So, guys, think about that. It's really going to help you. It's going to maybe get you focused a little more on what you really want. Well, I hope this thing don't shut down. So anyway, guys, today we're going to talk about how to sell your products without promoting. And I talked about Facebook a little bit. These guys really, basically, they're spammers. I have a group, and people try to, put stuff on my group, and my group is small enough where I write them back and say, listen, give a tip, give some value to others. That's, I don't want my group to be a spam fest. Give some value to the group, and, that way we can all grow. Because, I know something, they know something else, and think about it. If there's 50 people in there and they all know different things, what kind of value would that give you in your group compared to just everybody spamming because that's what they wanted to do? They want to put their link in there. There's enough groups out there that people can do that. I want to be different. I always tell you that, everybody out there that's successful, they're different type of people. There's the typical people that just follow everything. And as my mentor says, if you want to be typical, they're all going that way. If you want to be different, you're going to be the opposite. So you're going that way. So, think about it. Typical people, they're not doing things right. And that's what we have to change on the internet. That's something that we need to do. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm so devoted to not letting people just spam the heck out of my group. I don't care if they quit. If they quit, that they just weren't meant to be there. I'm there to give value. And guys, I put valuable videos up there. And then I do put a link. And I don't care about that. They can put a link too. But I want the value first. So everybody else can get the value. Don't hold it back. If you're doing something out there, give your customers value. The more you give, the more you're going to receive. All right. So how are we going to sell the product or the products without promoting it? Now, we're going to promote it, but we're going to do it in a better way. Something that's going to, this thing keeps popping up on me. Wants to shut down some script. I hope it don't shut my computer down like the last time. Anyway, we want to change the way we're doing things. And the way we can do this is through, and that's what I've been talking about on Facebook myself, is through a lead magnet. This isn't really hard to do, but it's like anything in marketing. You have to try it, and you have to test it, and you have to, do your best. Video works really well with this, but you could do it in a PDF. All right. So I'm going to show you some examples today. of a few and go through them, a little bit about what they are and a little bit of how to do it. And I'm still working on mine. I still want to. I have one that I have up here that I'm going to show you that's been up for a year, but still, it's just not where I want it. I want it better, and so what I can do instead of starting all over, I got something that's working. I can just go in there and change the videos out and see, here's what you can do. If you do these on YouTube, you can put them to private or unlisted. You're still going to see the stats, even though that nobody can really see the video. You're going to see the stats on the side. So if they're going to video 1 and 2 but not going to 3 and 4, video 2 is not doing its job to make it go through to video 3. So that's an easy way of testing this out, and that's what's happening to me. They're going to 1, 2, and 3, and they're not going to 4. But 3 is not real strong either, so something's wrong with video 2. So I'm going to have to go back and revamp, but I still want to show you, basically what this looks, and I'm really going to show you a professional one too. So we're going to, let's go ahead and screen share, because you really don't need to see me, and I can relax a little bit and talk. All right, screen share. Let's see, I think that'll work. Share. All right. Give me a second. Make sure this comes up. All right, so it's up. I can see it through my other screen. All right, guys. So this is one of my lead magnets, and I called it the easy way to 10K. All right, now here's a suggestion for you, and it is, when you're doing these lead magnets, give it a unique, fancy, some kind of fancy name, extraordinary name, something catchy. That's what you want to do. Now, guys, you can do this with any business. I want to make that clear. This is just not for the make money business. This is for anything. See, your customers buy stuff from you because they have a problem that you solve. Whatever your product is solving their problem. So if there wasn't no problem, they wouldn't be buying nothing from you. So whatever you're selling, I want to make that clear. Whatever you're selling can be done with one of these lead magnets. Now, my mentor, that's all he does is these lead magnets. He will not promote the product directly. He promotes himself. And here's another thought. If you've been watching my stuff, I always tell you to track your stuff. So there's links down below. If you're not tracking your stuff and you want to track it, there's some some links down there that you can get some free tracking, so you can try it out. But anyway, track your stuff. All right. So this is mine. If this product goes down, all right, and I got mega money out there, all I need to do Now this would be, the product at the end. Here, what I'm trying to sell. If that would go down tomorrow, like companies close overnight. If one of your companies closes overnight, you could go into your tracking, you find a product that matches what you just got, what just closed down. Go to your tracking, put that link in, and you're all set. You don't have to, if you're a blogger and you have blogs all over the place, you don't have to find all those blogs posts that have, this link in it, and basically go through everything, because you can change the link through the tracking, change the destination URL through the tracking, and the link is still going to be good. So that's going to save you a ton of time right there. All right. Plus this right here, this lead magnet, it's yours. So if that company shuts down, who cares? You put another one in, you're ready to go in the next couple hours. You might have to change the last video right here about the company that you're dealing with. But other than that, you're set. Most of this other stuff is basic. People come into this internet marketing field, and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to market. There's a lot of people out there that really don't know how to market. They're just following what everybody else is doing. And we're trying to change that. We're trying to help people out. So anyway, one thing that I did get off of, I watched a video, which I'm going to show you, and watched one of the videos, and I got a tip. And that's another thing, guys. When you're out there on these hangouts, and sometimes you spend time on a hangout and you think, oh, this is simple stuff, I'm out of here. But you know what, for maybe it's a half hour, maybe it's an hour long, all you need to do is get one thing out of that hangout that could change what you're doing now. And that's happened to me several times, where I think, oh God, this is just basic stuff, and then towards the end, they give me some kind of idea that is going to work, and changes the way I think, or changes the way I do something. So you could get $1 million idea here today, but you're not going to know if you just leave. So anyway, the thing that I watched, he said to put unique names, unusual, something catchy is a better word, something catchy. So also, these should be catchy, and I'm going to show you an example of that in a minute. But all these should be catchy too, and that could be, it could be as simple as that. Why people aren't going to the next video? Something catchy, to draw them in. It could be that the expectation, the positive expectation, wasn't good to go to the next video. So you never know. You gotta test it, and I definitely, you have to test it, and you have to track it. But you could test these videos right through YouTube. You can see, hey, let's say 100 people went through this one, 80 people went through this one, and 50 people went through this one. There's got to be a bigger problem right here. 20 people drop. That's probably okay, because some people just aren't interested, or some people are overqualified for this very first video, and they don't go any further, instead of going to one of the last videos to check out what's there. They just leave. People are impatient, so you have to catch their attention. All right, so that's what I did for myself, and I can always, this is a business opportunity. And if you want to see this and see how everything works, there's a button below. Let's see, it says I don't even remember what it says. Easy way to 10K. Easy way to 10K. There you go. So if you want to see that one work, you can hit that button and sign up and check this out. It might be revamped by the next time you see it, because I do plan on going through these videos. I'm also going to have my wife, she's a teacher, so I'm going to have her help me a little bit, so everything's constructed right. And sometimes I don't have the proper English, and sometimes I say things that really don't make sense to people, but I try my best. So, all right. So another one, and this is just an example, is the very first thing I think that I ever really signed up for to promote was my same mentor, and I didn't know this at the time. This was years ago, but I signed up for one of his things. It was called 48-hour cash machine. So that's kind of a catchy name, right? That's why I'm telling you this, because of the catchy name. So, that's what you want to do when you're making a lead magnet, is make your title catchy. Make your, right here, the descriptions of each of the videos, make them catchy too. And things will work out a lot better for you. Now here's the professional one. This is a product I promote, and we give a ton of value. And that's what happens here, guys. I'm giving the customer value. I'm solving them a problem. A lot of people don't know, especially when they're first start. They don't know where to get a product, or how to get a product, or how to find a product. And then they don't know how to get traffic. And I tell them everything. Basically what you're going to do in these videos is you're going to show people the long way. Let me get a sip of water here. You're going to show people the long way, or the hard way, maybe the hard way to do something. Now every niche is different, so you're going to have to solve your customer's problem the way that you need to. Your product better than I do, but to solve a problem for a make money type thing, most people don't know how to find a product when they start. They don't know how to where to go to get the products to promote, and then they definitely, most everybody, don't know how to get traffic. And then what you do at the end, this last video, is you still give them a little value. You don't totally promote your thing, but you're giving them value. But this is more of a sales video, sales pitch type video to go to your product. And then you put your button here. I have to do this for this particular business, is put an income disclosure. I also put all this down below, which I don't think you have to on these lead magnets. You do on the landing page, but on a lead magnet you probably don't have to. But hey, there's my contact information. If somebody's interested or has a question or whatever, they can actually contact me. How many times have you gone on to sales pages and there's no contact information, where they just want you to buy whatever it is, but you don't even know what the heck it is? So I always put something there so people can contact me. And then also you could run a Facebook type thing here, and I'll show you that in this setup here. So this is a professionally made done lead magnet. It's a video series. The other one that I showed you was a mini course. That's all the videos all at one time. This one runs for however many days, and each video basically it says coming soon. That's because I've already gone through these. It's because I went back to number one. And then here's the video comments that I was telling you about. You know, you could do that on your page. Well, social media is real good on certain things. Now, landing pages, it's not good. It's not very good at all to do that on landing page. But your lead magnet would be okay. So what he does is he has it set up to send the videos so many days apart, and then, you know, the whatever we're selling is going to be another email. So this would be a really cool thing for you to check out too. There's a ton of information here, and that's weird, my thing went down. And lots of information for you to gather here. Also, it would give you great ideas if you went through the system to see how everything works and see how the emails flow, and, you know, just check out the whole system from beginning to end if you want to do this kind of stuff. Now, this is the way to market, really, because you can go on Facebook, you can give them a tip, you can even do this blogging, you know, give them a blog tip and then have them go to your blog, or you can have them go to your landing page. That's what I do here. I give them a tip that has something to do with what I'm promoting, and then I, you know, send them to this particular landing page. The way I have it set up is you can get more details. You know, I give them the tip, but you can get the full strategy here. So that's how I set mine up to come here. And if your company does a lead magnet, something like this, you don't have to do it. But you may want to bridge a page in between to give yourself authority. And I think I showed you that a week or so ago, where you can bridge yourself a page and, you know, talk to your customers and show them who you are before it goes here. And it's kind of like what it is a two-step type landing page. I don't know if you've heard of those before, but sometimes you'll see a landing page and it says, hey, if you want to check this out, you know, click this button, but there's no email or nothing for you to get anything. And then when you click the button, it goes to, you know, an email submit button type thing. So that's what they call a two-step. But you could do a page in front of this page, and then at your, you know, the button would be the actual URL to the landing page. So there's all kinds of ways of doing this. And guys, see, this one here is called Total Domination Engineering. That's the name of the lead magnet. And then what happens is you can use that in your landing page. See, by doing this, no matter what, you're making a new landing page. All right? When you do a lead magnet, and I always tell you this, you know, you need to make a new landing page. You're using your own landing page to promote your own lead magnet. I hope this is helping you out. This is some really good stuff, and this could take your business to the next level. So if you want to see this in action, you can see the button below there. It says Total Domination Engineering. Sign up for this. Get all the great information. We show you, we give you this strategy about the lead magnet, and we also give you a strategy on how to get 500,000 leads for practically nothing. Now he says nothing, he says zero, but you have to have something to get this thing working. So it does cost you a little money up front, as far as, or whatever. It costs you some way to get traffic up front for this to work. And we promote a lot of things. So, when we actually pay for, we use paid advertising. So it costs you a little bit of money up front, but once the thing starts working, that's when all the stuff is free. So it really is not totally zero, I like to be honest about things, and that is my honest opinion. So that's how this works. Then you can come through each video. I don't know if I go here, let's see what happens. It won't let me. So I came in on 4 and went to 1, so it won't let me go through the rest. But here's another thing. Remember I was telling you about sexy names, or, catchy names? So the first one he named Total Domination Engineering. The second video he named Advanced Mega Traffic. And this is the video about the 500,000 leads. And then the other one is Insane Conversion Engineering. And that's what lead magnets can do. All right. The standard, if you are a typical marketer right now, most likely you're getting about 1% of sales for your product. These companies that sell this stuff, they look at you as you're going to get them one sale. All right. And then if there's 100,000 people in the company, figure that out. If you get them one sale a day or one sale a week, and there's 100,000, who's making the money? They're making the money. They don't have to do nothing. They just, sit back and wait for you to make them money. But think about this. You're being different, and you're doing things differently than most people, and people will realize that when they click on your link and they get a bunch of value, that stuff that they can use in their business, then they think differently. So here's another thing that happens. Your email rates go up. Your open email rates, they go up because people got value from you. So the conversion rate, normal is 1%. With this technique, with this strategy right here, let's start it off at 5% or 2%, but you can go up to 30 or 40%. But let's keep it simple. Let's say it's just 10%. That's 10 times the sales that you're getting now. Is that worth a little bit of work to set one of these up? Or, however many products you have. Is that worth it? Now, here's a little plug. HDA is coming out very soon, and you can sign up for this, but it really hasn't hit the buy button thing yet. All right, but here's the kicker. We have set up at least 25 of these cash. We call them cash machines, but they're lead magnets. All right, they're already set up. So if you were to go through this system and you were to purchase HDA, if you just purchase HDA 2.0, you get one. But we have something called Elite. And Elite is where, if you're serious about your business, that's where you need to be. It's updated information. Everything is updated, guys, but it's um, advanced, I guess I would say. Very advanced stuff that most people in the internet are not doing. They're setting up a course right now that's going to be an elite, that's for Google AdWords, where you get very cheap leads. And if you know anything about Google AdWords, you know it's expensive. So Elite's where to be. There's more tools in Elite. Everything that you need really is in Elite. The main course is great. I mean, I love it. There's a lot of good information in there, but the Elite is where to be. So if you are an Elite member, there's 25 of these, what they call cash machines, but they're basically lead magnets. So they're already set up to sell a product. All right. And you're going to be able to give value. So if you think you can't do one of these lead magnets yourself, this might be a great way for you to, start selling some good products. We only pick the best. You'll be able to get into a network that costs close to $500 to get into for the purchase of the Elite. So when you get Elite, you get a bunch of high-end stuff. So anyway, that was just a little plug there. So you can also put your Facebook stuff here. You have to figure that out. It's I've done it before myself. I think it's some kind of app or something that you have to do to actually put this on the page. I'd have to actually go and figure it out, because I don't do that every day. It's not something that I actually do. But I set these up for myself, and you can too. It's really not that hard. Now this one's professionally made, and there's a creator down there. Design that's right here, and it would work just like that. I'm not really sure. I've never done one of these right here. I usually do the mini courses, but you can, if you don't want to do it on one page, you could, just send them a video each time you send out your email. So that'll set that up. And guys, it's a better way to market. Your landing page is going to be totally different from anybody's. So it's going to be really easy. People are going to be curious just because they've never seen that. And guys, give them all the value. Give them everything they need to do. Don't worry about selling the product. Worry about giving them value. So if you're teaching them how to do something, teach them the whole strategy. Don't leave out a little piece because you want them to buy your thing. Give them the whole strategy. They're going to love you. They're going to thank you. They're probably going to be a customer for life. Even if they don't buy your product, you got their email, plus you gave them a ton of value, and they will recognize that. So guys, that's pretty much what lead magnets are. That's how you use them. And I hope this benefited you, because it's really a great strategy. And if you use it, you're going to be above the crowd of everybody, because not many people are doing this, at least until Elite comes out, until the people go through and get Elite. But that'll be a different product. So whatever your product is, you can actually do one of these. And like I said, it's going to be your own. It's all set up on your own domain. And if you don't know how to do that, you probably could have somebody do it for you for fairly cheap. You can go to Desk or whatever, Fiverr. Really not that hard though. You can usually find a video in YouTube to show you how to do whatever you want to do. Upload videos and set up a page like this. My page is fairly easy. It's just a black page. I put a table. That's what this is called, the table. And then I just put, my titles, my video, my title, my video, and that's it. It's really not that hard to do. The thing that's the hardest is getting that positive expectancy through each video, so that person says, hey, I can do that, and they want to go to the next video to see what you're going to give them next. So guys, I've been rambling on a good while. If you want to see these in action, let me if you want to see these in action, there's buttons below. Maybe part of my team here, maybe you're on their site. Go ahead and check out what they have. Most likely it's pretty much the same as me, and that's how I kind of help my team out through these videos. And guys, you're gonna get a lot of customers that are really going to they're going to love you for giving them that information. So go ahead and hit them links below and go ahead and check out how these things are working, so you can model after that. You take these ideas. There's some $1 million ideas, especially in total domination. There's a ton of good ideas that you can use. There's close to 4 hours of information there. So it's just not tips. It's just it's more information that you probably want to watch the video 1 or 2 times to actually grasp everything. So go ahead, hit them links below, and let's see. Next week, I'm not really sure what we're going to do next week, but I've been checking out the videos, and one of the ones that's really taken off has been one of the PPC videos. So I might do a recap on that, maybe a short date or something, and tell you what I really learned, especially with Bing. They shut me down for about a week, and no, it was about a month, because I didn't actually go read the rules because I don't like to read that much. But guys, maybe we'll do a recap, so I can keep you guys out of trouble, and you can start using Bing. Fairly easy to use, but you do have to follow the rules. So until next week, I'll catch you later.